Unidentified submerged object, or U.S.O. Unidentified objects that are found in water rather than the air. Though there are numerous documented sightings of these strange enigmas, the U.S. Navy classifies USOs as whales, sharks, and other sea creatures that can interfere with ship maneuvering, sonar operations, and oceanographic research. However, there are a number of people and groups who reject this theory. Join us, as we look at a few of these strange sightings. For our first USO sighting. The Puerto Rico Trench. In 1963, while conducting exercises off the coast of Puerto Rico, a U.S. Navy patrol consisting of aircraft, surface ships and submarines encountered something extraordinary. They spotted a USO, moving at about 170 miles per hour and reaching depths of around 20,000 feet. These men and women were well aware of the technology of the time, and knew without a shadow of a doubt that there was nothing man-made that could reach those speeds and depths with any equipment available at the time. 13 separate crafts witnessed the USO as the Navy chased it across the Atlantic Ocean for over a 4-day period. At its deepest, the craft reached depths of 27,000 feet, and to this day, there's been no earthly explanation offered for its occurrence. For our next entry. USO in London. In 1964, a bus driver named Bob Fall was driving his normal route with a bus full of passengers, on what seemed to be a typical day. That would all change though, when he, as well as all the passengers on the bus witnessed something that would change their lives forever. The driver and his passengers reported seeing a silver, cigar-shaped object dive into the nearby waters of the River Lea. The police as well as government officials attributed the incident to a flight of ducks, despite the reports given by all the witnesses, as well as severed telephone lines and a large gouge on the embankment of the river. Like our previous entry, this one also still remains a mystery. Up next. The Shag Harbor Incident. Shag Harbor, located on Canada's east coast, plays host to the most famous occurrence of a USO. On the evening of October 4, 1967, Royal Canadian Mounted Police were overwhelmed by reports of a U.F.O. that had crashed into the bay at Shag Harbor. One report states that a large object, approximately 60 feet in diameter, crashed into the water just after 11 p.m. According to many eyewitnesses, they could clearly see a yellow light emitting from the object as it floated just 1,000 feet offshore. Shortly after, the object sank in the water, disappearing from view. When local fishing boats reached the crash site, they encountered a strange sulfuric smell as well as a yellow foam on the water's surface. No bodies or survivors were ever found, and though the Royal Canadian Air Force officially labeled the occurrence as a UFO, that soon changed to USO since the object was last seen in the water. For our final entry. The Pascagoula Incident. On November 6, 1973, at roughly 8 p.m., 9 fishermen anchored off the coast of Pascagoula, Mississippi spotted a USO. Their report stated that the underwater object was about 5 feet in diameter and had a strange amber glow. Ramey Ryan, who was first to spot the USO, stated that he poked at the object with an oar, and after each touch, the object's light would dim and would move away, only to brighten up again. Fascinated by this, Ramey flagged his friends over, and for the next half hour, a cat-and-mouse game ensued. After striking the object with a forceful blow, it disappeared. The fishermen moved a half-mile away and continued fishing. After 30 minutes or so, they returned to the location and were shocked to see that the object had returned. At this point they alerted the Coast Guard. After many hours of rigorous interviews and testimonies, the government ruled the incident inconclusive, stating that the object could not be identified. So, what did you think of these USO sightings? Do you believe aliens exist? Drop a comment and let me know. Thank you for watching.